Hey friends, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing so well, and welcome back to another thrifty video. I've got quite a few things here before me that I have thrifted recently that I wanted to share with you guys. I've got some great brands, some great pieces that should resell online for great amounts of money. And so if that's something you're into, then you're definitely in the right place. I do a lot of these sorts of videos. So we're gonna jump into the things I got from Goodwill, but we're also doing a little bit of a kind of a life update as well today because as a lot of people have known, I have been on an adoption journey with my husband for months. We've been looking to foster to adopt. We've become licensed foster parents, and then we were going through interviews and we got selected to adopt these three children, these three siblings together. And then within the last, I don't know, maybe a month ago or so now, everything fell apart and we lost all those children, and everything has been really hard. It's been a really hard season of life for us. And some days are better than others. I've been doing okay recently, but then this is the hardest part. When I go through some bags of things I've thrifted, I thrift a lot, and when I have been out thrifting, especially when I was in the excited period of we're getting these kids, I know their sizes, I want to look for them. I have thrifted a lot of clothing for them, and I'm hoping this is one of the last bags full of clothing that I thrifted for these kiddos, because it is heartbreaking to go through them, and it's not been easy. I've got a pile over here of all these adorable kids' clothes that I just had to pull them out and just, think about it and deal with it. And it's probably good to deal with the emotions, but it's been really hard. And so I know a lot of people have been asking me how I've been doing, so I wanted to share how I'm doing, which is not great at all times. Some days are better than others. Today's a hard day so far, and it's only the morning. So that's kind of where we're at a little bit with that. We're still foster parents, and we're still licensed, and everything's kind of on a pause right now. So that's kind of where things are at. But also, if you guys know anybody else that has been through something similar, a different failed adoption, or people who have lost children, like it's a hard grief-filled season for us. And most people have been super kind and super understanding. Some people really have not. And yeah, some of it's been difficult, but I guess too, like if you are trying to figure out what to say to somebody going through something similar to me, like definitely just lead with kindness, lead with compassion. And like we've had somebody at our church like jokingly offered to let us buy their children from them, and like, oh, you can have some of mine. Like don't say things like that. That's not helpful. That is really honestly hurtful. And so yeah, it's been a tough season for sure. So I'm gonna jump into some of the things I've thrifted recently, but I know so many people have been asking and like caring and wondering how we're doing. So thank you so much for caring about us. That means the world to us. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. So I don't think I'm gonna even show you guys some of these kids' clothes because I don't want to have to. And so, but I'm making my way through these bags, and I think I only have one more bag. I thought this was the last round, but I think I have another one. So I don't have the emotional bandwidth to deal with that today, but you will get another update then, apparently, when I get to that bag. So that's how things are going. I appreciate any prayers, any kind words you guys have for us. You guys have been so just so helpful and so uplifting. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate you guys. But here are the things from the bag that I actually picked up to resell. So the things that I had bought for reselling on eBay and Poshmark and Mercari and Depop, because I've been selling on Depop a lot lately, which has been interesting. So I'll fill you guys in about that probably here in the near future. But first off, we have this longline cardigan. This is at a Goodwill I hardly ever go to. It's near my house. I don't often, I feel like, find the best things, but today I stopped in, I was looking for kids' clothes, and then I happened to find some amazing pieces to resell. So this is a St. John cardigan, which is amazing, and it's white, and I hope you can see the details, but I think it's kind of like cheetah print. I think it looks like animal print to me. It definitely needs to have a fabric shave, especially on the underarms and the pits and things like that. but I think that's gonna be an easy thing. I even picked some things off with my fingers and it's gonna be an easy fix, which is great. And this is a mixture of viscose, polyester, wool, and polyacrylic, but I think this is amazing. Size large, this was $4.99. So I paid $4.50 after my discount for this long cardigan. And after looking at comps, I think I can probably list this around $75, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, something around there. And then I hopefully will make around $50 from that piece. So $4.50 into $50, 10xing my money. That's great. Okay, this is a little pair of shorts. I found these on a new rack as I was leaving and I didn't really look them up. I think it was probably still worth it, but they're really little. So that's the downside here. But these are from the brand Amanda Uprichard, which I do enjoy selling. And this is a brand that is sold at Revolve. And so I do pretty well with this brand normally. And it's in a size XS, which is why I think it's a little bit small. $3.99 for these. I did look up some faux leather little like high-waisted shorts from Amanda Uprichard. If I can find the stock photo of these on the model from Revolve, I think they'll do better. But I would say maybe like 35 bucks. So still 10xing my money, but a little bit less than the St. John cardigan, which I mean, makes sense. But I thought those were really nice. And then I did find this, and now that I'm looking at it, maybe I'll try this on for myself. But this is a beautiful kind of higher neck, short sleeve sweater. It is beautiful, but this is from Saks Fifth Avenue and it's 100% cashmere. So a size large, 100% cashmere, little sweater shirt. Like tell me that's not so like quiet luxury, old money, timeless aesthetics. That's the kind of stuff I love to thrift. I love finding these like high quality, like timeless pieces. And so this one I feel like is such a cute one for $4.50, 100% cashmere from Saks Fifth Avenue. Like where in the world can you find Saks Fifth Avenue, 100% cashmere, a cashmere sweater at all for less than $5? Like that's insane. I'll probably list that between $35 and $50 and then hope to make around 35, 40 bucks. That's probably where that will end up. And then I picked this up because somebody else that I like to watch, and I do talk with her sometimes too, is Lori Tata. And I feel like you guys probably know Lori Tata if you're watching my videos, but she has sold this brand and talks about this brand, and it's something I have only picked up a couple of times in the past, but I saw this piece, I thought I'd look it up. It is Johnny O, and this is like this camouflage, kind of interesting piece. Here's what the tag looks like, Johnny O, and it's really nice. Like it feels really luxe. It's a size extra large, and it is camouflage, and I feel like camouflage does well. Like some people just love camouflage. Camouflage of like a vintage Ralph Lauren sweater has done really well for me. Like there's just so many times where I'm just like, camouflage is not anything I would ever wear or like to wear, but everybody else loves it and good for them. I will pick it up to sell it. So this is a size extra large and it's just a nice little quarter zip. It was $4.99, so $4.50. And I looked at comps and I think I saw a lot of these selling for like 35, 40, 50 bucks. So that's right where I'm aiming for when I find something from Goodwill. So if I can list that around $45 or so, make $35, I would count that as a win. Now this is amazing. This vintage piece, this was $4.99 again. This is so cool. Like this is neat. This is a vintage Puma sweatshirt, but it is for the NCAA basketball tournament, the Final Four. Isn't that so interesting? And then it says Indianapolis across the bottom. If you guys don't know, I live near Indianapolis. I live in the suburbs outside of it. But this is the Final Four. It says 1980, 1991, 1997, 2000, and 2006 on the front. Like, I just thought that was so cool. I showed my husband. He's like, I love that. And I was like, I thought you would. So I bought this first to resell, but I think Jeremy is gonna wear it for a while and then we'll resell it. But this kind of sweatshirt, this is embroidered on. I love finding these sorts of vintage embroidered really cool sweatshirts because they do sell for great money. Like this, I would probably list for $50 to $75, maybe more. Especially since the Pacers were in the NBA finals, like Indianapolis and basketball is like big right now. So I feel like that would do really well and kind of am tempted to sell it, but I think I'm gonna give it to my husband, of course, obviously first. And then these I bought as a style-based pickup because Y2K styling is so popular. And because I've been doing a lot more selling on Depop, I've been really leaning into trying to find some cool vintage like pieces aimed more like at a Gen Z kind of age. So I have my bread and butter, which is more like those quiet luxury, timeless pieces. Those are the things I like to sell a lot of on places like Poshmark and eBay, majority eBay. And then things like this I love to find because I feel like some girl is gonna love these shorts on my Depop and snatch them up. Look how cool these are. These are these Tommy Hilfiger vintage little shorts. Look at the giant Tommy Hilfiger logo on the back and then Tommy jeans on the pocket embroidered on. These are cool. And then they have the Tommy little Hilfiger on this pocket as well. They're low rise. They are kind of like this khaki color denim. They're really cool. And they are in a size 9. So they are a size 9, a junior size 9. They don't have any stains. They're in great shape. And I just feel like, tell me that you could not see like some 16-year-old girl wearing that. I can see it. $3.99 for those. So I paid around $3.50, $3.60 for those. And I think I can probably list those for $25 to $35. So I'll count that as a win. This is a Patagonia little pullover. And I don't often find Patagonia at my thrift stores. They usually mark these way up or put them online. But this little teal quarter zip pullover I thought was great. It's a little capeline piece and it was a size small, made in the USA. So it almost might be vintage even. And it doesn't have a big like call out Patagonia. It just has it embroidered right there on the breast, but this was $4.99, so $4.50 for this. I just sold, I think 1 or 2 pieces similar to this that were Patagonia, like capeline, just like base layer pieces, sold for like 35, 40 bucks. So to find this, I feel like it's not ostentatious, but it should sell and make me like 30 bucks. So I'll take it. And then we have a formal dress. You guys know I love selling formal dresses. They are so great for me. This was $7.99. Some of my Goodwills have started marking up their formal dresses. A lot of them still are $7.99, which I will take. I see tons of bridesmaid dresses come in there. So this one is this beautiful gray kind of mesh style dress with these overlays, a little sweetheart neckline, beautiful piece. But this is from Jenny U. And I love selling Jenny U. This is a bridesmaid dress, size 6. I would say I'll probably list this between $50 to $100. Depends on the condition. I'm going to look it over really well. I'm sure there's going to be at least one little tear somewhere in here, but for $7, I think it's worth it. And then I will list her, and hopefully, especially in this wedding season, it might be a great time to get her listed and get her sold. But it's a beautiful piece. There's a little tie belt as well. I love this gray color, even for like a wedding guest dress or an event dress, prom dress. There's so many events that people need something for and don't want to pay hundreds of dollars for a dress for. So I think that will do great. And then this is beautiful. I was shocked to find this and even more shocked that this was not like $20. I feel like every time I see a Pendleton at my thrift store, they mark it up. But this is from Pendleton and it's in a size large and it's this beautiful chocolate brown color. It's this knit and leather jacket, which is beautiful. So the front and the collar are 100% leather, and then the back and the sleeves are 90% merino wool and 10% nylon. So a wool and leather jacket, and this wool is not itchy, like it actually feels really nice. And this is a beautiful, beautiful leather jacket. It's got a zipper that goes all the way down the front. This was $5.99. So I paid less than $6 for this at the end of the day. And it's just in stunning condition. I think this is gorgeous. I love this color. This color is so popular right now. And it looks like it's a women's size large is what I would wager from looking at this. I would say from looking at comps that this will I'll probably list this between $60 and $75, somewhere around there, maybe a little bit less. I don't know. There's so many varied comps where some of these were listed around $100, some of them were listed around $50 or $40. And so after I take a closer look at those comps, I think I'll probably end up trying to sell it for around $60. That's what I'm thinking. It's a beautiful piece. I love that. That was a win to find that for sure. And then we have these two kids pieces, and I'm going to show you guys these ones because they're really nice, and I did buy these first for the 2 of the boys that we were hoping to adopt, and these would have fit them, and so I was so excited to find these. I'm going to show them because we're going to keep them. We're going to put them in our kids clothing area that we've been, collecting for years, and then hopefully someday we'll be able to use them. If not, we'll find somebody that can. But this little piece is a little Patagonia t-shirt. I thought this was so cute. This like silky weight Patagonia piece. You can see it right here. It's a size 7-8 from Patagonia. This was $5, which is a little bit steep for a piece of kids clothing at my thrift store. Usually they're $1.99 or so, but I did grab it. And then this piece I also picked up to have for kiddos or maybe even to resell. This is a nice piece. It's from LL Bean. It's a kid size 14-16. So it's a really nice like size. It's a great weight. It's a blue and gray little quarter button pullover, LL Bean logo on the front. And these do really well for me. And if this was an adult size, I would have grabbed this in a heartbeat and then probably been able to resell it for around 50 bucks, maybe 35. And so those two pieces, I'll decide if we want to keep or resell. The other pieces, I'm going to maybe have Giu help me put those away so I don't have to deal with it. And then the last piece I picked up is actually an action figure set, which is very interesting. I was shocked to find this. It was in the kids section at this Goodwill. But this is more of like this is an anime figurine set, and these are more for adults. I love My Hero Academia. I love the series. It's so good. If you haven't watched it, if you haven't given anime a try, like seriously, it's not weird. It's actually really cool. My husband has definitely taught me that, but this is All Might and All for One, and these are really cool pieces actually. I looked this up as well. This is from McFarlane Toys. I think this came out in 2020, but a lot of the comps were around like 50 bucks. People were selling this for around that much on eBay. I did pick this up for my husband because he does have like a man cave area, and I thought this would be really cool down in the basement for him. It was $9.99, so I paid $8.99 for this, and it's really neat. Like, it doesn't look like it's ever been opened. Really cool box, really cool figurine set with stands for them. I thought that was really cool. So that was a great pickup, but also a reminder to you guys too to be curious and look even in the toy section. And this would be a great thing to resell as well. So maybe we still will resell it. We'll see. We'll see if he wants them. But I thought that was so cool that I found that. And so yes, we have some great things to resell. I've got that piece that I picked up for Jeremy. He might try on that sweatshirt I found. Got some kids things that I'm gonna put away and have Giu help me with. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at today. Those are the pieces that I've been finding recently. I'm trying to make it through my pile of things I've thrifted before everything happened and try to get through that, but it's hard and it takes time and I am not always feeling up to it today. I thought I was up to it and I don't know if I was, but I did it. So that's where we're at. Thank you again for everybody that cares about what we're going through. I know you don't know me personally. I feel like I know you and I feel like you guys know me from doing all these videos. And so I appreciate though all of the love and all of the care you guys have given us because you guys feel like friends, you feel like family to me, and I appreciate each one of you. So yeah, thank you guys again for watching. If you guys want to see any more thrifting content, I'm actually, after I finish filming this, I'm going to the bins today. So you guys are going to see a bins video very soon. I know you guys love those. So stay tuned for that, but hit that subscribe button if you want to see more thrifting content, and I would absolutely love it if you would stick around. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and until the next video, bye.